Just did this video because it would be easier to show than to try to explain through an email. But I was looking through the project for the students, and I was looking at this is um, their template, and according to their template, it had some things struck me as kind of um, wrong or odd, at least, and that was, it says that the fixed and variable costs have been provided. But when I look at like receptionist as a variable cost, I thought that was really, I didn't think that was right. Depreciation for, as a variable cost. So then what I did was I looked at the solution. So I pulled up the solution and I put it side by side. So the solution I put in red on this side, the exemplar, with the student version. And at first it seemed consistent because all these X's for fixed and variable costs are in the same location. But then when I looked closer, I noticed that the items were in a different order. For example, the kennel attendant, which I thought, or the receptionist, is number 4, which was number 3 over here. And whereas it looked odd as a variable cost, it makes more sense as a period cost. So that was something I thought was kind of kind of answered my question. It seems that the student version is out of order. I also noticed that a few things were off. For example, in this area here, the variable costs and the fixed costs. These were treated a certain way, but then, for example, scissors are listed as a variable cost, but over here a fixed cost. And the cleaning products are listed as a variable cost, but over here a fixed cost. So I think those two would probably need to be switched, because you would want to treat the scissors consistently as the clippers and the toys and the bowls and that kind of thing. Looking at the cleaning products, there was a little bit of confusion here how this was calculated. I guess it could be a fixed cost if there was a certain amount of cleaning products that were used every month, no matter what. But I wasn't sure how the $43.65 and the $49.65 came up. When I looked at the information, it says it was $14.55 per gallon, and something about diluting it with a gallon of water. If I multiply that by 3, I get the number 43.65. So maybe there needs 3 gallons for the 3 areas, and then you allocate it based on area. That would be okay. The 49.65 doesn't really make sense though, since 15.66 times 3 doesn't equal that. It equals $46 instead of $49. And also, it doesn't really say anything here about why you would multiply it by 3. That might be confusing to the students. Anyways, I think this could be addressed to the students. I just wanted to point that out as a possible area that might need to be either updated or something. Also, I just want to point out the period, things being classified as period costs. Receptionist makes sense. These other things like tables and cages and fencing, usually that's not what they would consider in the textbooks a period cost. I'm just looking at the textbook that the students are using, which is consistent with most the ones that I've used. Period costs are selling an admin cost. So stuff like cages and kennels and air conditioners and fencing would usually be depreciated as part of the factory overhead, since those are part of the production, if you want to call it that, of the dogs. I noticed there was a couple of depreciation items for the kennels and the heating system, and that works, but then making them a period cost kind of I don't know, kind of different from the way it's usually addressed. However, that's fine if that ends up being how we wanted to keep it. I just wanted to kind of make a point. Well, since I had this up and recording anyhow.